Yes.
I don't know where everybody is. Where the hell is everybody? I got all dressed up.
Hell, we haven't been on here for like 2 weeks.
I know. Jared, where's Jared? Is he in jail yet?
No, he's out in Deadwood. He was gonna pop. He popped up on here just a second ago,
Yeah.
and he said he'll come back in a minute. We got people rolling in. It goes to two, then it goes to four, then it was six, then nine, and 12, and all of those.
No block us.
How, it's I can't wait for the weather to change back up. We'll let everybody get in here and get fired up, and we'll start talking about our gimmick about fuel surcharges and all kinds of stuff, and knowing your rates, and why are you letting brokers push you around, and if dispatching people don't know this, you don't know this, then how do you plan on survive what's yet to come, right?
Yep.
What do you think about some of this? What have you been up to, Frank?
Working on trucks. Picked up a new customer yesterday. Trying to put all the legal stuff together with them and get ready. They're building a new distribution center in South Carolina, and we're going to probably be staffing that for them on the transportation side. Agricultural stuff, our thing.
Right.
Jessica Lynn, what up? What up? Hey, Jessica, since you're going to be doing my show, and I haven't heard from Jennifer. I don't even know if she wants to do it. Um, I, I guess she would. If not, I know some other ladies that sure would. But we're going to talk. Well, you and I can talk about that. And hey, Jessica, send me some more flakes to buy trucks. Send me a couple guys that when they ain't got no money and shit like that. I like those guys. They're my people. Those are my people. Shaggy and I can get them financed, but they have to come up with a down payment. They've got to have something. I mean, nobody's giving away free stuff. Nobody. Shaggy, Tuesday night, the women are taking over my little page, and they're going to do the Frank talk. Tuesday night it's going to be Jessica and Jennifer. We're gonna let them just go wild, just go berserk.
That's crazy.
Uh,
All right, man. Sorry, I was looking at through the messages, making sure he's popping up. Roger's in the house. Jessica's in the house. Man, everybody's in the house. I don't even know where it's shit. Green Terry says he needs a truck and what is up? That's great. Well, go
just
ahead.
come and get it, Roger Jones.
So, guys, welcome to the Real Trucker Talk. We're fired up. Everybody's getting shared. The group's going around. I got some killer. Tonight's going to be like in the Real Trucker Talk. It's always about brokering, trucking, dispatching, buying trucks, knowing what kind of trucks. Questions about getting your authority. Why would you use a dispatcher? Controlling your own business. And we always leave the floor wide open, right, Frank?
Oh yeah. We respond. I mean, people ask questions. We break away from whatever topic we happen to be butchering at the time.
And tonight it's gonna be like surviving the storm because like I'm weird. I like to pay attention to everything. I'll listen to the farmers channels, I listen to trucking channels, I listen to commerce, what's going on, the stock markets. I don't like sit there and glued to one news. I just like little bits and pieces of what's going on. And then I look at the load boards and I look at how Corey and my broker friends are moving freight, if it's hard to move freight, or if their phones are blowing off the hook, or if they're having to call. I look at the weather and everything that's going on. I see how the ports are moving. And right now we're calling it surviving the storm because we do have a war going on, right? Somewhere. And everything, no matter if it's in the United States, outside the United States, everything gets affected by something, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Roger says, "I want a Pete now, Frank. You never should have let me drive Stacy's truck." Well, we're bringing that in next week. We're going to paint the hood. We got the new fenders in yesterday. We're going to put them on it. We're going to paint the tanks, polish it out. Just, we're going to paint the tanks the same color as the truck, that burgundy, because I think that'll look sharp as shit. Polish everything out, and then it'll be ready to go. Just come and get it. We'll sell your truck if that's what you want to do. Somebody buy your truck in about 2 minutes. People love those things. Love them. Or you can have the white Pete and build it any way you want to. It's just an option.
And you guys are doing a lot of that down there right now, right? But as fast as you're bringing in the trucks, you got them going out. You're only keeping about 4 or 5 there at a time because you can't even keep up with the repairs.
We've got 4 right now. It's the most we've had in probably 6 months. We got 2 Freightliners and 2 Peterbilts because of the price difference. Right. The big price difference. Green Terry, I'm working at Old Dominion at the moment. You mean that's like at this moment in time, this very second, or at this stage of your life, or what? Jonathan say brokers making a killing right now. Well, the dirty ones are.
Which ones is that?
Yeah, I'm making the same thing I make all the time on my brokerage side. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really change very much.
Spans by volume, right?
Yeah. We had to get on the customer this week, and we're going to talk about this. They sent their loads over this week with last week's fuel surcharge. Frank just sent them back. He said, "Look, we've been doing business together 20 years. I love you guys. You're great. Best customer we ever had. We are not going to haul freight for this amount of money. You put the fuel surcharge on it or find somebody else. We're just not going to do it." And it took them about an hour. They changed it and came back.
Williams in the house. You see Williams getting a warehouse and bought another truck, and he's not divorced yet?
Oh.
Jonathan Trimble says, brokers telling their customers they need more money for fuel, and yet rates to the carriers are going down for brokers. See, there we go, Jay and Jonathan, because I don't know how the fuck are rates going down to the carriers. I mean, first off, you have to fucking take the rates. I mean, see, here we're going to get this whole fucking conversation going again that we're seeing all over the fucking place about fucking adding fuel surcharge to the rate to that. Corey's moving 40 loads a day right now. We have carriers with 200 and 300 trucks. If their fuel was 2,000 last week and the week before it was 2,000, and it's 500 more this week, they raised their price. They raised their price 10, 15, 20 cents. They adjust it up, they adjust it down, and they keep adding trucks. All the little crybabies out there that don't know how to figure out what rates. I mean, what fucking person told you to go to an area where the fucking rates are bad right now? I mean, I'm looking at the spot market right now, and it looks like unless you're a flatbed, Frank, everywhere but maybe 4 or 5 places look like they're blue. So if you don't have no fucking relationships or know how to negotiate rates or know who's paying, then you probably should get bitch slapped by a broker.
But you know something, Jonathan? The fact that that brokers telling their customers they need more money for fuel, and yet rates to the carrier are going down from the brokers. The fact that that, number one, tells me you're paying attention. That's a great observation. So that. So are you going to haul the shit? I mean, if you get on my page, and I don't know if you're on there or not. I don't pay that much attention to who's on there, but except for our little group.
So is that like Jonathan's going back to half the problem is bad fucking information because they're on boards, or Jonathan fucking with us?
I mean,
is he just fucking with us?
The fact that that's all you really need to know, isn't it?
Like, is he just fucking with us, or is that that's what we see all the time where their brokers are driving?
No, when I see these boneheads on these other Facebook pages going, I ain't making no money because I'm gonna park mine until this is over, then you automatically know that fucking Nimrod ain't gonna be in business for another 5 months, 3 months if he's got good credit. He ain't gonna be around. But when a guy gets on here, Jessica says flatbeds are booming, mega brokers are the assholes. They always are. They always have it.
They are.
Shaggy and I've been preaching that for 4 years. But somebody will argue. Listen, watch this. You watch this. Shaggy, watch. It happens every time. If you do business with TQL, you're a fucking idiot. Now watch. Watch what happens. We'll just be real quiet.
What's up, Russ? Russ is in the house, and Ashley. Frederick Williams in the house.
Man, the whole group.
They're all popping up.
Here on Friday. Don't you people have a life? Where the hell? I mean, God.
I just got to know live, like one time live, why people are having so much trouble adjusting their fuel rates and getting caught up in a market on a 15-day average. Whenever you go on DAT and look at the spot market, and you look at, like I was on there today doing some training, and it said there was only 136 trucks posted looking for freight right now in Indiana, and I'm sitting there going, "Fuck, I couldn't even drive to Indianapolis without getting ran over by fucking trucks wall to wall from Indy all the way to the Illinois fucking line. That's like 60 miles, Frank."
Oh, I know.
So what, are they not posting, or are they there? I mean, where are all the trucks looking for loads?
Yeah, I know. Well, hopefully people are listening to us and they're getting the fuck off the load boards. Hopefully. The big guys, you guys, I don't know if you know this, big guys, the mega carriers, all those guys, they don't use the load boards ever. They have brokerages and they'll post loads, but they don't haul. I mean, if you're driving for CR England, you're not hauling freight for TQL. It ain't happening.
Why are they not hauling? Who ain't drawing? What? No, they're hauling freight for the bigger brokers where they send it over and say, "Give me 100 loads at a time," where they all flip loads back and forth, work as a team.
No, they do that all the time. They've been doing it.
Well, no shit. Well, so what are you talking about?
No, we live, eat, and breathe trucking. By the way, you ever get a hat and shirt, Frank? No. Do I? Look at me. Look. I got a hole in. I was at the shop working on a truck today. I got holes in my shirt. This is the same hat. I've had this hat since 1978.
I get shirts all the time. Look at this nice one from Bulldog Transport.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it even says Bulldog on the back too. See, look. I got hats to go with it.
Yeah, TQL.
Fuck TQL, man. I can't even handle TQL. I don't even like TQL, man. Like, it's a horrible experience. Like, so it's like, so get back to the fuel surcharge thing. So if a person goes out there and they're getting everything they need paid, right? So like, because most people I talk to, if I talk to like, I don't know, 100 people a month, 80 of them are telling me that it's way more than that. I know that. But anyways, 100 people a week. And so if 80 of them will tell me they haven't made a paycheck yet since they started their business or even paid themselves when they first started, I'm trying to figure out how they're driving down the road, Frank, without calculating all their stuff to even give themselves a paycheck.
Because what they do is they're not.
They're already worried about fuel surcharge. So how are we not? They don't even know what a paycheck is. They're not.
They don't know what that is. What they do is they get out there and they run, and then Friday they pay all their bills, and then they look around in their bank account, see if there's any money left over. That's what they do. And if there is, they get it and they spend it. Then when they blow a motor in Albuquerque, then what do? What do you do that day?
You know what else I noticed in the last month? That most people have more than one. If people have more than one truck, did you know they haven't even set up a program to know what the numbers for each truck to support itself individually? They have them all blended together like it's up.
All they do is wait till Saturday and see if there's any money left. That's what they do.
Hold on. So you're trying to tell me they do? So everybody's out here on all these channels that jumped into trucking, and we've been preaching about building a plan, building relationships, getting out the low boards, and go to 4 or 5 different towns around your house or 3 and find 25 or 3 people that want to keep you busy and work for you, right?
Yeah.
Instead of chasing all over the place. And we've been telling people they can make more money being home on the weekend than being on the road, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's out here, because I wanted to do tonight, because we've been talking about this shit for all week, and I have to do this before we get going, because everybody seems to have a problem of understanding their cost, right? Like how to add fuel surcharge and I wanted to make it so simple for them, right? So I was like, I had to do it tonight because we're talking about it. So you go along with me and make sure I'm not missing anything, because you got the maintenance stuff. So these guys are out here. The first thing they should think about is, one, that if they don't pay their household bills to keep the lights on, they're in trouble, right?
Well, yeah. And there's soon to be single.
I know, sure, right? So, like, you always ask people, right? So the first theory of being a business is to pay your bills, right? Theoretically, right? So, and you think about those. A lot of people always ask, how much do you pay? 3, 4, 5, 6,000, 7. And you think about it, why is this important? Because most of your fucking owner operators and your drivers have these same bills as some owners.
Yeah, they do.
Isn't that weird? So let's say, so I was doing a scenario. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? So it's one. These are a one truck authority right now, not no other. Just that's Frank. He owns one truck, right? And he just bought it from Frank, right?
Yeah.
So he bought it from Ricky, and he has a $2,000 a month payment. He got it financed, 36 months, whatever, 24 months, whatever. I don't care. So he goes out there, and the first thing he has to think about is paying his own bills. So his bills are 3,000 a month. So we raise it to 10. So we give him 10,000, 7,000 over his bills. We divide it by 4. So now his paycheck he needs every week, just for him, right? It's $2,500, right?
Yeah.
Now everybody's been saying fuel is high, right? So we don't know who gets what discounts on what fuel cards, and half of them don't know how to subtract that from their weekly thing, anyways. They just so we're gonna say you go out there right now and fuel's 2,500 a week on 3,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
Because it's up, so that's 2,500. So we're already out $5,000. We haven't even started yet. We just paid you and then 2,500. So now we got truck payment, $500 a week because you divide that up for your trailer because they're fucking through the roof right now, right? It's 1,200 fucking a month.
They're
Yeah,
crazy.
so now you got to divide that weekly because you got to make that trailer payment. Because obviously, if you don't take out for your fuel, right, and you don't take out for your truck payment, trailer payment, you're not going to be in business anyways, right?
No, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're not going to have no owner operators either, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. So then there's the problem that we keep coming up to because either people are yelling about companies they're leased to and they're not paying, and they're like, well, they'll be an owner operator, right? They'll go to work for Frank, and Frank will have Ricky's shop, and he'll be like, yeah, man, I'll fix this for you, and then I'll take it out of your paycheck. So they take it out of his paycheck, but then the next week he has a really big one. So then they put part of it down, and the rest of it gets carried over, right? But shouldn't they be doing all that themselves and keeping out of it? Because I see all these guys that when we talk about fixed cost and escrow, they say they're making $4,000 paychecks, but are they really keeping it out? Everybody, what is everybody with me? Like the escrow, like fixed costs. Like, are people actually holding out their plates, FDOS 2290s, 18 tires, brake checks, oils changes, 12 of them ahead of time, pre-planning that before they ever start, before they even pay themselves? Are they calculating that down to a T? Like you're talking about $30,000, $40,000 a year that you need to have set aside, right, Frank?
Yeah. Yeah. Minimum.
And then if you know, most of these guys that we're dealing with, their warranties are gone or they didn't even have one, or is a rinky-dink warranty anyways, right? So now they're either requiring the person they're leased to, or they have to do this themselves. So why are we not nowadays with everything being so expensive, keep planning to keep 20 or 30,000 out for a motor or parts or work? Escrow. Don't we need to do that weekly?
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you figure 750 a week, that's 37,000 a year, 40, and then another 375, 5 to 10%. So that's like 375, right?
Yeah.
Then you got factoring, right? Because most of them are going to have one at 2 to 3% or whatever that is. So there's another $200, right?
Yeah, at least. At least.
So like right now, I'm looking at like anywhere from 67 to 7,700 bucks for a solo guy, divided by whatever miles you want, right? If you only want to work 2,000 miles, divided by 2, right?
Yeah.
If you want to work 3,000 miles, divided by 3 and go home. You want to stay out, but regardless, right now that truck for 50 weeks, 52 weeks needs to operate at 67 to $7,200. 77, 5, 55, 58, 72. Yeah, we'll go with 7,600 bucks a week. So if I take
That
that,
7,600 bucks a week, is that 52 weeks a year? You don't get a vacation, nothing. That's 52 weeks.
If you want to do it at 50, do it at 50. Take off Christmas and New Year's. Take off every weekend. I was counting a couple of days during the week if you wanted to. Depends on what your plan is. Are you running local? I know guys that are running 150 miles to Indy doing that. I know guys that are running from Indy to St. Louis doing that. The problem is half the guys, if you're out there and you take those numbers together and you divide those by that's what you need to pay your bills. If you go out there and do $1 over that, that's just extra, is it not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how can you not go out there? Most people aren't covered it. They don't even have this money to show in the bank. And then when the fuel surcharge comes out weekly, right? Why don't you increase it by a little? Why is everybody trying to make this brain surgery? And then why are we not, Frank, pulling for those lows? Like if your number is 336 or 370 or 442, that's your number. How are brokers cheap if their freight doesn't pay? Go find somebody else. Stop running in that area. If your cost is that high, I'll change your style of equipment, Frank, right?
Yeah.
Is your cost going to change?
Maybe a little, but no.
Wow.
Basically,
How?
no.
How? Well,
Well,
how?
different areas, different fuel, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, of course. Types of equipment, truck
Yeah.
payment, tire,
Yeah.
one you're arguing.
Yeah.
You know, and I agree with that too. Heavy Boys Truckie said most people like to do 9 months. Now, most people I know do 50 weeks. Maybe 48, 49.
Yeah, or they go out and buy a pre-ELD, pre-emissions truck, a little bit older truck, and you're gonna have some repairs on those. But they go out and buy one, and with freight rates doing what they're doing right now, they pay it off in 6 months or 9 months, so they don't have a truck payment. You know, their insurance is cheap, especially after the second or third year. You know, and they bust those costs down, bust it down, and then they don't have to kill themselves anymore.
But you see, that goes back to the whole thing with like our boot camp trainings and what you try to help preach and all your stuff. You know, the whole thing starts out with that fucking weird ass map behind my head, right? Once you learn the maps, the seasons, the difference between relationships and load boards, and you know, the learning to be able, like you still today, me and you, like you'll pop up when I'm doing my shows, and I'll type in on a load board 30 days out between Indianapolis and well, that's a good one, Indianapolis to St. Louis or Indianapolis and Charlotte. We did it again tonight, and there's still these guys are still doing $8,000 to $10,000 worth of freight a week in their whole 2 nights and 3 nights a week and the weekend. Why are we killing ourselves whenever we can have 25 brokers fighting for us with those type of lanes all the time from day one?
I don't know.
What's
Roger says he's got some awesome Davis Trucking merchandise, cool hat, t-shirt, couple of duffel bags. Roger, I'll interrupt Shaggy a minute. I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal right now, Roger. If you can get Layla to say yes, I'll sell you that red truck so cheap it'll make you cry. Go ahead. Go ahead and do that.
And I've been doing this this is going on quite a few years for me and both. And almost every successful company I know of, you know, I've seen them take off. Like we used to promote like New Year's and Christmas for tax time and all that, you know, like 1 week on each around Christmas and New Year's. And we had guys that would stay and they would just do their own booking and they would just pay them full that wanted to. But, you know, a lot of these guys running, you can't afford to do that anymore. If you're a one truck guy, right, Frank? That's been out there and you want to run 9 months, like heavy haul. And if you're doing heavy haul like Ant and those other guys, man, and freaking Elvis, man, their trailer's 180,000, 140. Eric Wilkes, you know, they're gone so much during the summer or when in those 9 months. I can see why they take off. Every type of freight is different, right, Frank?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know guys that haul reefers for 9 months out of the year. When Salinas shuts down and Yuma opens up and it oversaturates for 3 months, like it is right now, they don't even work. They go different places. They take off.
Most people just don't get it. We got some guys on here tonight that are getting it though. Look at some of the guys.
I love that Jeremy Law.
I do too. It's all.
That's what we've been preaching for 3 years. Like fucking go ask. They're like, what's the difference in a broker and customer? Just the way you speak. It's a customer.
I've asked this in multiple groups with absolutely no answer. Ask what, Donald?
Yeah, Donald, ask away. We love challenges.
Hey, I'll tell you, if the two of us can't answer it, one of these 20 or 30 people on here watching us can.
And if not, I guarantee somebody in this little Rolodex right here can.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're open, guys. If you haven't been here before, my name's Shaggy, and I got Shaggy's Consulting Trading Group. Frank is G3 Trucks and Freight. And we've been doing this for like 4 years. We try to come on every Friday night, but man, I run a martial arts school with my wife now, and she's worn out busy. She homeschools, and I teach webinars every other week. And then I'm doing in-person training, and the brokerages are going. Frank's brokerage rolling. They got trucks being sold. The trucking company, he's helping Ricky, and man, we just got like all kinds of stuff going on. We love coming on every Friday, and Frank has his show on Tuesdays in his group, and I pop up every now and then, and we just want to come on and be real straightforward, tell you guys the truth about what's going on in trucking and what you guys need to do to go after customers, to be like Jeremy Law, because when you got 5 trucks, the brokerage is what gives you leverage to control the freight out those customers. That's why you need the brokerage. That's how it makes 5 trucks like 500.
That's correct.
And ask any questions you guys like about me, Frank, what we got going on, Trek sale, what kind of trucks should you buy, and if you guys are open of authority, how you want me to go. I mean, the way I just told you, figured up cost and adding it weekly and everything. What's funny is when I added up all those numbers for that 6,700, that did not have nothing to do, Frank, with me using my EFTS fuel card that's giving me 60 to 70 to 50 cents off at mom and pop fuel. If I get that 50 to 70 cents off on every gallon because I line it up for my carriers every week, where does that fit into the play?
We had a guy coming back in from North Carolina that fueled at the TA in Knoxville today with that card. He got 67 cents.
I lie, man. I got the printout. There was some on there 80 cents in Mississippi and places like that. It was sick. There you go. Terry's got questions for you.
What kind of truck should I buy? It depends on what you want to do. It depends on what kind of work you want to do. I can fix you up with pretty much whatever you want. Just right now, I got 2 Freightliners and 2 Peterbilts. The Freightliners are 06 Columbias with 14-liter Detroits and 10 speeds. Very, very nice trucks. They're priced at $38,000. And I got 2 Peterbilts that hot rod Caterpillars, 18 speeds. Bad boys, what you gonna do? And they're both priced at $78,000.
He said long haul, Frank.
Oh, well, like I said, that's what I got. I've got Freightliners, Terry. Comfortable trucks, easy to work on, easy to repair. Good stuff, good equipment.
And everybody asks about the
7.5 miles to the gallon, realistically. And the Peterbilts are like 5.5 to 6 miles to the gallon.
And depends on
whether you want to look cool or make money. Pick one.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the choice. And he asked about the fuel card. The fuel card is through EFS. It's like you just go to FTSplus.com or EFS.com, and it's through there. You just get it on your own, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and we do financing too, Terry. We go through Harvard Capital. Frank does it. Hold on, guys. Platform or van heavy depends on the equipment. Green. 10 years in air trailer. If you're doing van, yeah, I agree with him too. If you're doing van, like van freight, there you go. If you're doing like van freight, 10 years isn't nothing. As long as you keep the floors sealed and everything good to go. Some customers like automotive, rice and stuff will have a problem with it, but it won't affect you making any money. You get into some stuff where you're heavy hauling stuff. The years do matter because, well, yeah, I don't know. I guess it always comes down to maintenance of your customers, right, Frank?
Yeah, absolutely.
What
advice can you give? You guys give us brokers something you think we have to pay attention. Build relationships with your carriers and get the fuck off the load boards. Build relationships, get off the load boards. If you have relationships with your carriers and you have the same customers most of the time and you book similar loads almost all the time, then your carriers that you have relationships will call you on Friday and they'll say, "What do you got for me next week?" And you'll say, "Well, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I got 5 next week coming right back to you. I mean, can you cover all of them?" They go, "Yeah, send them to me." You just booked 5 loads in a minute. In 1 minute, you booked 5 loads. You didn't have to quibble over rate. You didn't have to quibble about their safety. You didn't have to quibble about, who they are, who runs the place, if they're any good. You just booked 5 loads. Okay? 5 loads. As opposed to putting it on a load board and spending 45 minutes with a guy that doesn't speak English trying to figure out whether the fuck he's got insurance or not so you can put the load on him. Then you got to haggle with him over the rate. Build relationships. book 5 loads in a minute instead of 1 load every 45 minutes.
Yeah, you do. There's a Gordon. There's a list that goes out every day. I got it right here in my email. I promise you. And if you follow the fuel stops in the email, you'll get the discounts off of it. It's called. You have to get set up on the email listed so you can follow the stops. I'll help you with it. Just call me. I'll even give you the thing. On that one, give us brokers. You know that's the thing too. And if you're talking about a new broker, right, Frank, or a broker with credit score, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between the two. Are we talking about a brand new broker? Or are we talking about a broker with a credit score? And so when you're starting out, well, we're working on a sales class, and I'm so tired because people actually call me all the time. They're like, "Man, I'm a new broker. I'm trying to get set up," and they got like 3,000 broker packets off of Facebook, right, Frank? They have
Yeah.
no relationships. They're like, "Well, how do I build relationships? I don't even know what customers I'm going to have." Why? So then I say, "Isn't that a problem?" Well, you go by a shipper's list, you go to ThomasNet, you go to Google, you go wherever you want, find these lists of customers. But what kind of customers are you going to call for? You're going to haul for dry van customers. You're going to haul for open deck customers. You're going to do refrigerated. You're going to do cars, household. You're going to do military, government. You're going to do high value loads. You're going to do expensive stuff. You're going to do oversized, like Heavy Boys was talking about, where you don't even know how to bid it because 400 miles is out of route and you can't drive at night. Takes 7 days to get there, but you only bid it for 200 miles. You know what I mean? So the first thing I always say is understand where you're going to work as a new broker. Then number 2 is understand the type of trailers and equipment you're going to use, because later on you're going to be, if you don't have no credit and you don't have no, and you have no knowledge and no trucking company, you're going to be on your knees begging carriers to haul for you because you have no credit, especially if you don't know dispatching. So once you understand the type of trailers you're going to go after, understand the equipment, understand the freight and the commodities, then what I would do is go on ecarriercheck.com, right? And start doing research of customers and carriers. It's because when you go into these customers nowadays, there's so many brokers, Frank, calling them every day saying, "Hi, Frank, I'm a broker. I want to get hold of your assets. Steve Dane, Department. Can I get hold of your logistics guy and help you also, Frank?" But he gets back to the part where he said, what's he going to say? You're going to get 80% that aren't even in the right place, right?
Yep.
20% are you going to be the person next to him or right by that you actually just got on the phone, right? And then when you do get that person or the person you need to, 2 things are going to happen. Frank says it all the time. 1, they better not think you're their sister-in-law's ex-husband, Bubba, and they don't like you. And number 2, you better know their business better than they know themselves on their shipping side and what problems they're having. You better tell them who they're already working with, the lanes that they're actually having trouble with. And you probably should know some trucks and trucking companies that already gave you their rates on loads that you know that they're going to need picked up and delivered in those areas before you ever picked up the phone and called Frank. Because remember, there's 40 people promised him the world, and Frank's ass smells like flowers.
Which, by the way, it does. But
am I wrong? And so
no,
they're going to give you
right.
those 5 loads.
That's right.
And what's going to happen? They're going to bust his chops because that's what they're doing. They're calling up. I'm not that TQL motherfucker because your time. My name is Augustin, and I'm sitting in my home, and I'm ready to answer the phone for you. I got a whole lot of trucks. I'm rocking. So,
well, the good news is before you have credit and before you're all established, before you step, you pretty much fucking have to do. You have to build relationships. It's the only way you're going to get anybody to haul for you. Why don't you just stay with that model going forward and stay the fuck off the load boards?
let alone if you don't get relationships, how are you going to get them to help you get approved to those 120 factory fucking companies that you need to report? If you don't get more than 1 reporting, you'll be in business 2 years and never even get a credit score.
Correct.
So that's my advice is to research your customers, learn your customers, and then sell the customers to the carriers that want to service those customers. But you got to do a lot of work, and no one wants to do that. Then you stop making 100 fucking phone calls a day all the time and have a little more precise information. That's why That's why you guys wonder why those guys are on Facebook crying. Those big account reps that wine and dine their customers and buy them hockey tickets and shit. The next thing you know, they're corporatized and their system sucks and they lose their customers. Somebody backslits in them
for 3 or 4 cents a mile.
pissed. Like, what the fuck? That's horrible, Frank. You know, that's what happens. Oh, I've been missing all these comments. Where we at?
They're all over.
I know they're everywhere. Why do I hear someone snoring? Austin, are you getting the top dollar by pre-booking? You know, what's top dollar by pre-booking whenever you're still hitting your average? I mean, like, what the fuck does pre-booking got to do? If I need $7,700 for 50 weeks to make $375,000 a year to give myself $180,000, $200,000 preset salary that I want, plus put away $70,000 a year fixed cost, pay truck payments, and then if I'm smart and I'm not using a dispatcher, I'm actually adding owner operators to give myself a cushion of another $100,000 a piece, and then I add on the company trucks. Then what am I worried about if I'm underbidding myself? If I got my $3.33 or $4 or whatever mile for every mile I travel, I'm just asking for a friend.
If you have a relationship, it doesn't matter if you pre-book or not. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same.
I got EFS.
If you want to roll a truck into New Jersey on a Friday afternoon at 3:00 and roll the dice, go for it. It's always fun.
No, what I would do, I would never, like if I was on a rate, I would do. So I don't like the word back soliciting, right? Because half you guys won't even do it right anyways. That's where Frank gives me a load. And I'm like, Frank's an idiot, man. I can do this cheaper if Frank's doing it. So then I go right to Frank's customer, like literally right when I delivered it or within a couple of days, say, hey, you know that guy at G3 Trucks, Frank, man? That guy don't know what the fuck he's doing. I can do it cheaper and better than him. And I'm there all the time. You don't need to use randoms all the time. And the guy says, well, you were the first time I ever seen you because the first guy that was here did it for the last 4 years. As a matter of fact, that guy does 200 loads a week from you. You're only calling about one. See, that's the stupidity of not doing research, you know? And so I didn't say you can't go after customers.
Whoever told these people this shit was easy?
I don't know.
I mean, who's out there telling people that? Because I see it on Facebook. I see it. All you really got to do is go get you a goddamn Cascadia and a trailer and find you a good dispatcher. Fuck, you're good to go. You make 10 grand a week. I know a guy. And you say, yeah, I don't know about that, buddy. That's bullshit. Yeah, I know a guy does it. His name is Will. He's been doing it for 2 years. So fuck you.
We talk about this all the time, and I'm with Heavy Boys because when we're talking about one type of freight like Dry Van Frank, that is not the same as what these guys do, like what he's got over there, where the trailer.
I've done so much government stuff over the years.
We know we're familiar with it, but it's a different ballgame, you know. When you're telling,
I mean, he put this comment on there. I gave a load back today for $31K because agent didn't know his shit or anything about the load. Then he got pissed when I called the shipper. I told him just to keep it. Well, you must not do much government work because they don't tell you shit. You find out when you get there.
Yeah, but he's right. We talk about this all the time. They don't know their stuff, and you're working with these people. What do you expect to happen when you're on the load? Whether it's 31,000 or not, whether that was a good rate, we don't even know all the specs or how long he's going to be on it. If that's a month, you know what I mean. But the idea of it is, how if you can't communicate right with the people you're working with, then why work with them? Why are these people on load boards, Frank, dealing with these fucktards or these newbies that don't know how to do research because some dude sold them a class? And you're risking your livelihood.
They go out and buy the Cascadia and hook it up to the trailer, and they start getting on the phone, finding out what they got to do for a living, and they do nothing because you and I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years. They do nothing. They get on the no matter what you say or what I say, how hard we preach, we hold numbers up. You got a map up there behind you. You know, we do all this stuff, and you can tell by the comments they make. And the problems and all the crying and fucking bitching these whiny bitches do, you can tell they're not doing anything but sitting there trying to play the the spot market, and they don't know anything about it. They don't know how to play it. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Oh, here comes trouble now, man. Here comes trouble live from Deadwood, somewhere out there in Weirdville. The man,
Frank, what's going on, Shaggy?
You know what's funny? He even has the e-carrier check, Frank, stuck to his head right there in the sticker.
Dude, man,
little Irish tag.
Man, they got internet in the jailhouse down there now.
You know, it's amazing. Deadwood definitely is not Not holding back. They're definitely there's everybody here, and it's an enjoying St. Patrick's Day weekend. So
Turn your camera around. Show everybody where you're at.
yeah, let me see how I do that. Let me see. Here we go. So you can see like there's people walking. I mean, Deadwood's crazy. In fact, they have event cups going on, Shaggy, where literally they're just going to shut down downtown, and for $3 you can go buy beer after beer after beer, and just get after it. So I brought all of E-Carrier Check up here. Nate's up here. Trevor's up here, and we're just hanging out, enjoying a little bit of Deadwood. So.
Isn't that where what was his name? Wild Bill Heacock got shot in the ass?
Yeah, I'll take a pic and send it to Shaggy later. But yeah, this is where Wild Bill got shot and everything. So
I thought.
I think he's walking around there limping still too. I think I've seen his double, the new version.
He's there. He's still around there.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything as egregious as going out and stealing proprietary information from people's databases and shit. All he did was cheat at a game of cards, and they shot that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, while you're out here real quick, can you tell these people when they're having trouble with rates and the low boards blue and stuff where they can find how many customers can they find on your guys' site now, E-Carrier Check?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we just rolled over 750,000 clients in E-Carrier Check. And, the nice thing is, leads are leads, right? You can buy lead sheets all over the place. But we're going to give you leads that are more direct, specific to like clients, or industries or even types of equipment. So, I know you guys talk a lot about relationships, and in my opinion, and how I grew our brokerage was, I was able to build some awesome relationships with carriers and find more freight for them. And, that's what it all comes down to is let's find some relationships. Let's get off DAT. Let's get off Truck Stop, 1, 2, 3, whatever you're on, and really build some relationships, because a lot of the information out there is just crap. It's just terrible information.
Well, most of it's a bunch of lies and bullshit. And most of it doesn't even apply to what you're trying to do.
Yeah, or you never know, Frank, how many brokers are out there that don't know what the hell they're doing.
A bunch, a lot.
There's a shitload. It's ridiculous how many people are out there. So, it's nice to, we got to get educated. This is why we love Shaggy and Frank on Friday nights. But goddamn, you just got to build some relationships with people and exhaust those relationships. You're not everything to everybody.
That is true. And one of the biggest things when these guys, because if they were real brokers, right, from all of us being a sales background, is really the customers. When you go on DAT on the day of, and every broker on there say, this is my new account, and there's hundreds of them, obviously it's not the problem of people getting customers, is it?
No, not at all.
Hey, heavy boys, E-Carrier, look up here, look up in the corner of the feed, ecarriercheck.com. See it up there? He was asking for the address of it.
Yeah, ecarriercheck.com. And heavy boys, I saw you turn down a $31,000 load because the broker was shit. I totally get it. I mean, I would too. Honestly,
you guys have stuff for every type of equipment too. For brokers, like you're talking about the most technology system that'll line up any size carrier with directly in the area of where your customers are, right? So
you want to find direct shippers that are hauling 8+ axle loads, you can get on E-Carrier Check, and because of how we built our VIN database, you're able to actually find those shippers directly and start calling the right exact people. It's more laser focused, and instead of shooting shotguns and sitting there hammering out a bunch of sales calls, you can get a rifle out and really go after the people that need your service. So Shaggy, Frank, man, I appreciate you guys letting me on for just a few minutes. I'm going to continue the festivities. You guys have an awesome night, okay?
Hey, well, before you go, when can these guys get demos? Don't you have a shit ton of different times where these guys can check this out?
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, Shaggy. We've got demos on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We've got them on Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So check those out. It's 30 to 45 minutes, and you'll be able to understand how our technology can help your business grow.
Even though they're going to have to watch it 3 times because it's kind of like illegal at first.
I know. There's some crazy shit on there. I get it. Awesome. You guys have an awesome night. Enjoy your Friday, okay?
Later.
All right. See you.
Yep. And that's one of our Well, it's really like our only sponsor, right, Frank?
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah, one of we got more.
And
we
he's
are
one
going
of
to
the
add
official
more.
sponsors. We have unofficial sponsors also.
Yeah, we're going to be adding more people that want to get on and pop up that want to help out with stuff. They can get a hold of me or Frank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Shaggy's one. We get a lot of oversized people in our classes, man. We've had Ant, Elvis. Elvis is like 30 some odd trucks now, man. Ant's got like, I don't know how many he's got. There's a bunch. I mean, our classes are really cool. They're Monday through Thursday from 6 to 11 at night. And we're literally like we're pretty much sold out probably much for dispatching coming up. And they're really far because it's week on, week off, week on, week off. So it takes you like 5 weeks to get through, or 3 weeks. Frank says it's like college. I think the people look like they're in college when they're in there, man. They're like, so much information.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I've seen grown people when he used to do it live and in front of people. I've seen grown people walk out of the door at like 4:30, sobbing like a child. They needed a towel. We used to give them towels. We used to go, all right, this next part's gonna hurt. Here's your fucking crying towel. It's gonna hurt.
This is the truth. Melissa just said,
Shaggy spends the first day in his broker class trying to convince these people that they don't have any business being here. What do you do? Why are you here?
I know Alex over there going, not that bad. Pitty's over there going, not that bad. Hell ain't bad. First fucking thing's going to happen to you. Some dude with hair like Frank's going to run over to the porta potty because he's at this place and he walks inside and the guy says you can't use him. You got to go out there and some dude shitting fire. I'll drive trucks, people shit all over the place like that. Fuck, I'll take your shit somewhere else. And he runs over the porta potty on the way out.
We call that dump a shitter.
$11,000 9 months later, you get your money back.
This is where I'm buying an electric truck. Fuck yeah, we'll do you. Don't worry. No problem.
Melissa wants to know if this is where she can buy an electric truck and get free t-shirts.
Oh yeah, here. Hey Melissa, you guys come to the truck show Friday. Me and Shaggy are going. He said you guys are coming. You come there. I'm gonna give you one of these of your very own. And I'm gonna give it to you in front of everybody. I'm gonna
live. We'll even go live.
Yeah, we'll go live, and I'll give it to you.
We are gonna be there Friday. We're gonna be in Lexington on Saturday at that FurCon, Comic Con, Gen Con.
Oh, that's just right. A hop, skip away.
Yeah. Well, you know what the difference is the rooms between Lexington and there because we were going to do it all there. $500 a night for that stupid fucking truck show. Melissa, like, I was like, I'll drive an hour for $250 a night. You know what I mean? Like, holy cow. How many people can afford that after all that? They definitely aren't paying attention to fuel prices.
I'll take the motorhome and then it's $0 a night.
Yeah, right out back. They can sit out there with Trucker G and the good big collector truckers.
I don't know, man. He's awful famous now. I don't know if I can hang with him anymore. I mean,
you're probably not going to get close.
He gave me a shout out today, and I felt like, man, I knew him back when. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember.
Back in the day.
I remember telling his wife, you know, you should do memes all over the place like my wife does and all that stuff back in the day, you know?
Yeah. I knew him back before he was famous.
Well, you know, I can't even look at him anymore because whenever he walks out, that beard shines so bright, man, it blinds the hell out of me.
He's very famous.
He's famous. Hey, sacrifice of traveling across the United States. Somebody asked where the convoy was, and I said, I don't know. I lost him in New Mexico at Tuca Marine.
Heavy boys say, Frank, you in North Carolina? I heard you mention Moxville like a local. No, dude, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, shit.
Ricky Davis.
Ricky's in the house.
No,
when is Ricky going to come on here? He can at least get in front of a camera, can he?
That's up to him. He can come on anytime he wants to.
Why don't he come on? That'd be some funny fucking shit because you know I'm making that motherfucker laugh.
Oh, yeah, he'll laugh.
I know he will.
He'll laugh. He'll laugh. we can get him going.
He'll be like, I wouldn't let that guy drive my truck. I wouldn't let the guy do that. But I let him run my business. But he can't drive a truck.
Can't do shit. Yeah, me and Ricky were laughing today. We had several things we were laughing about today.
Well, we're sitting here goofing off. It's just the end of the night. We're winding down. Me and Frank are trying to keep these like in an hour or so you guys don't get too bored. There's still 42 people ripping. We're just goofing off for a minute, man. That was Jared. He's one of our cool guys at E-Carrier Check, man. I'm telling you, if you guys want to find customers, you guys take a notebook out there with you, right?
What you're gonna do? Try to. It's up in the corner up there. See up here, way up in the corner. eCarrierCheck.com. Let me tell you something, man. Yeah, I'm in Nashville. Let me tell you something. Get on there. Get on that thing. Call Shaggy or call Jared and get one of their test deals, trial things, and get on there. Let me tell you, you're gonna see some shit on there, and you're gonna sit there and go, "How the fuck how does he know that?" You're gonna see shippers, you're gonna see carriers, you're gonna see shippers, and they will tell you who is hauling for them. You're going to see all that stuff. And when you get on there and start looking around, you're going to go, how the fuck does this guy know all this shit?
I still remember the day we were in there and Corey's talking smack with Jared before you even got to see it, right? These brokers have been in business for a while, right? All of you guys, like Frostbook, Josh Radley, all those guys. It's not just Frank. And they're watching this shit. It's like, hey, you want me to find your customers? And I've had these customers for like 10 years. Want to see me find them in a minute? And you're looking for them through their brokerage. You can't find it. But the next thing you know, you pull out your notebook and you type up a carrier's MC number that just happens to be down the road. And bam, there's your customers. Like almost every freaking one of them. And like where the lanes are going. You know what I mean? It's insane.
And where the lanes are going and who's hauling the lanes.
But think about it. How when we were growing, like even when I started trucking, and I've not been near as long as you or your family, right? But think about it when you started, right? Back in the day, how much work we had to do to be able to go and take a notebook or ride around with us in a truck. And every manufacturer we go to where we see mom and pop type carriers, you start writing down their MC numbers, right? Then you literally go back to the system and you type them in, and it tells you it's all there. Then all you got to do is pick up the phone and say, Jonathan Tremble, do you know these customers? And Jonathan's like, how the fuck you know my customers? Like, there's 3 of you named off. Like, it's kind of weird because I spied on you. Hey, matter of fact, are you going through those guys direct, or you guys a broker yourself, or are you going through a broker? Jonathan's like, well, I'm not really going direct, so I'm going through a broker. Which one? It's no nature. They're stupid. They're going to tell you. Right, Frank?
Yeah.
They always do because they don't know why you're asking, and they're going to go with it. I'm just telling you. And the next thing you know, or here's the funny part, you're like, well, hey, is that broker Frank treating you good on rates? Matter of fact, it's kind of sucky. Well, how much freight did you want to do? Are you doing enough? Well, where else do you go? Are you planning on expanding? And you call them all. And next thing you know, you take the customer from the broker because you treated the carriers better because you found them. Isn't that fucked up? And you know that's how it happens. That's how everything happens. It's the only way it happens. That's why I always laugh when people get mad whenever a broker says, my customer keeps telling me when somebody back solicits. Well, great. That means you're doing a good job, motherfucker. When he stops telling you it's happening is when he better start worrying.
Exactly. That's when you got a problem.
Yeah. It's like, I ain't talked to him in 2 months. I agree with you. Same thing. Oasis Auto. Shaggy, it's me, Omar. I'm back, and my authority is back. Have no trailer. Do you have a good idea to make decent revenue with no trailer? I have lots of ideas to make money. I can tell you a bunch, man. Start posting one direction, do it in lanes with the drive-in and the trailer you're going to go after, plus power only, and then start networking. Get a hold of Corey. They got trailers.
Yeah, call Corey.
You got no trailers right now, right?
Huh?
You don't have no trailers. You got trucks, but you don't have no trailers.
Got some, but they're all used up. They're all taken.
Hey, no problem, guys. Keep sharing, man. If you guys have questions, it's open floor about buying trucks, your first truck. Should I buy a truck? It's scary getting your new authority. Or all these guys. Somebody mentioned something about box trucks earlier, and I forgot to put on there we don't deal with micro machines. More like semi trucks.
We don't, I've been looking for the last several years, and we just don't have that many dwarfs in the group. We had some, and they what happened was, the wrestling guys came through town, and they all, quit trucking and went into the wrestling business because they can wear nice clothes and make more money. And so you can't really blame a midget for improving himself. I mean, I would, and I know you guys would. Let's see. Just got home and you guys pop up on my feed. Awesomeness. That is correct. I got trailers. Eric Kahn says he's got trailers.
Eric Kahn was one of my owner operators back when you fucking called me the first time I met you. You called me. He's doing like all kinds of direct stuff. He got his own authority when I shut down my authority. He's one of my guys.
Oh.
He's got probably, I don't know how many trucks he's got now. He's been doing bunches of trucks. He's the one that was telling me that I didn't even dawn on me because of Russia and all that stuff, that the automotive was down for Ford and all that.
Yeah.
All the plants, because you don't think it's not that time of year.
Omar, when you get off of here, log on to Schneider and get set up as one of their core carriers. It's easy to do. You put your MC, your insurance in there. You be a core carrier and tell them you just want power only. They'll run your ass all over the fucking world pulling one of those big orange trailers. They love that shit. They love it.
There's a lot.
The guys I talked to said they're paying pretty good.
I had, it's funniest, the craziest thing is I had people pulling Covenant. I've had people with Warner right now because they're all starving so bad with their own trucks sitting, company drivers, that they're just running as fast as their little e-logs will let their happy ass take it, and they're dropping hook. So, I mean, every system works as you guys need it. You just got to play your cards right. If it doesn't hit your numbers, though, does it work?
Does it work? I
No.
tried to get into midget wrestling. They deny me because I'm 6'4". We had Shaggy. Look, we had Shaggy set up, okay, to wrestle the great and mighty Swoggle. This is a true story. It's a true story. I can send you pictures. I can send you anything you want to see. Had him set up, and Shaggy didn't show. He didn't even come. Schneider really, yeah. Omar Schneider or JB Hunt, either one. And they'll give you one of their trailers and let you pull their loads. They'll call every morning and dispatch you on a new load and just keep you going. That's perfect. That's perfect.
There's a bunch too, though. There's the one in Nashville, MGR or Memphis. They go down
yeah.
hard. There's tons of companies. It's all what you do. He's thinking more of getting the trailer and doing his own thing, though. Then go buy one, rent one. You're not going to find one right now. It's the problem. Unless you lease on with somebody's already got. But you notice I'm starting to see a lot more trailers popping up through the feed. I don't know if the prices come down, but I'm starting to see a lot more pull through my 480 channels. Hey, I got power only right now. If someone needs and this guy's legit too. Eric says I got power only right now. And if someone needs some about 300 miles a day, 14 to 1,800 a day, dedicated, give them a call. Put your phone number in the comments. We don't mind, do we, Frank?
No, go ahead.
Put your phone number out there so that way they can see it in the comments. Jonathan Trimble says, I would like for you guys to touch on how factory companies are owned by major trucking companies who take the information from loads they factor and use the information to their advantage. And if you keep worrying, Jonathan, if you keep coming to our shows worrying about this little stuff, you're going to be really upset when we tell you about the technology that we just talked about a few minutes ago that told us all the loads that you do. Well, if you think that bothers you, man, you're not going to like that e-carrier check.
Hey, Jonathan, are you on ELDs? Do you have an ELD in your truck? Because if you do, they don't even need your factoring information. They already know where the fuck you're going.
Well, it's not even that, right?
Every single load.
Everybody sells them. Every log sells your shit. Keep Trucking sells your shit. Geotab sells your. Hell, they have conventions on selling your shit.
Fuck yeah.
That software system that we just talked about, they buy those leads with certain stuff marked out, and it gives them all their shit. So, I mean, it's always been happening, technology. So that's not going to stop anything. How do you think the big carriers in McLeod have been successful for so long?
Yeah, everybody talking. All these guys on all these politics pages and shit. They go, yeah, the government wants to put a chip in them, brother, and they're gonna put a chip in them, brother, and track you, and they're gonna know everything. Bitch, you've been carrying a fucking chip for 5 years.
My new car, I didn't even ask permission. You know what I mean? Now I got my new debit cards. I just set on the devices now. I don't even got to run them no more.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Shit.
I'm
still waiting. I'm still waiting for John to.
I told my wife the other day downstairs, we're having breakfast. I said, I really got to get a new pair of work boots, babe. Mine are blowing up. They're so old. They're 10 years old. They're falling apart. She said, well, you'll find somewhere. Where'd you get it? And we talked about it. I came upstairs, turned on the computer. There was 5 advertisements for work boots.
I'll tell you what, I'm still waiting for Jonathan to go. It's the way he's protested all this new stuff and throwing these comments out there. I'm going to have to go out to Walmart and see if Jonathan's standing out there protesting self-checkout.
I can't use self-checkout. I'll tell you why. Because I'm too much of a prick.
I know, but your guy's still standing in line for 45 minutes because there are only 2 people there while we're already went fishing.
Yeah. I get up there and bitch. I go, is this it? How much shit you got? What are you getting this shit for? Self-checkouts for kids.
You said you and Catfish are twins.
He is. He's like my brother from another mother when I lived in the jungle.
You guys would be up there both. One would be trying to jack them out at half the price. The other would be telling how wrong they are. That fucking Walmart would be fucked up.
Man, we ain't even been talking nothing. We got like 40 people sitting here listening to us.
I know, right? Weirdos.
You guys, hey, I just want to tell you, really appreciate you guys coming on a Friday night and spending some time with us. I mean that sincerely. But if you come, Shaggy's got stuff here. But if you come right down to it, you guys, especially like Jesse and Josh and
Kyle
and all you guys, you guys are this Friday night. You're fucking pathetic. I mean, God damn. What are you doing listening to a couple of fucking ugly dickheads on a Friday night talk about trucking?
And we've been nice. I haven't even went off in any random tantrums or nothing.
Why aren't you trying to run a whole carload of cheerleaders off the road in downtown Nashville, take them out for drinks? Get arrested. Who cares? They'll let you out tomorrow.
Because it's raining and they got nothing better to do. The heroes tell us how stupid they are for fucking jacking off and fucking with dispatching services, wasting money, fucking not building a network before they start, fucking paying for stupid broker schools and thinking they can walk out there and get cut. I don't know. You tell the rest.
It's fucking crazy to me. It's really, this business, guys. It's like this business. If you think about it for just a second, really and truly, it's about 90% just common sense. Really, it's just common sense. Shaggy and I get on here and we talk about the little details, how to get from A to B, how to move your company forward. The things you need, the things you don't need, the things that are a waste of time. We go through all that. But really and truly, at the end of the day, if you just engage your fucking brain, I mean, you'll be okay.
And guys, we really try. So make sure you set your weekly timers to like Friday night at 8:00 for me and Frank, because tonight we're really mellow because you guys haven't got us riled up, but some stupid fuck comes along and riles us up every now and then. So I'm just waiting for some dumb questions to come out there so people will try. We haven't had any lately, have we?
Shaggy and I are going to be at the Matt's Truck Show on Thursday. We're not going to be in any
Friday. We'll be
Friday. We're not going to be in anybody
because me and Frank can't stand longer than that. We'll fucking go crazy.
I mean, been there, done that. I go every 7 years just to remind myself I don't want to go anymore. But we're going to be there. If you want to bring your kids out, okay, to meet up, Shaggy and Frank, we'll be walking around there talking to people. We'll have like, balloons and T-shirts and little popsicles and shit until we run out.
That we stole from somebody else's booth.
Well,
more.
From the EFS. We steal them from the EFS booth until they catch us and make us quit. Yeah. We go steal all their little.
Yeah, so let us get it there an hour early so we can get free shit to give away to everybody,
Yeah.
When you see us.
Where's the show? This is the show. This is it.
This is the show,
here.
Mary.
We share it around G3 Trucks. That's my page. Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group. That's his page. We share it around. We're on here Friday night at 7:00 Central. And we usually hang around for like an hour unless you guys want to talk about some specific.
Well, we're still at 40 people and we're cranking it up.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk to you guys as long as you want to, as long as you got questions and ideas and stuff like that. That's what we like. That's what we like. We've been doing this a long time, but guys, we learn from you guys too. We learn from you guys too. Not so much JJ and shit, people like that, but some of you guys we learn from.
JJ's our super broker, man. Like she's already like moved like freaking almost $1 million in her first 3 months.
Yeah. Imagine if she was an agent for me instead of that other guy. She'd be driving a fucking Corvette.
The show you're going to do probably on Friday. No. So we'll do Friday. Like on Fridays, we do our show every week at 8 o'clock, unless we're busy. And the problem is every week I do these boot camp webinars, which Angie's one of our teachers, and so it's Frank. And so there's so many people that come in. They're like Frank. They go from like 6 till like 12 o'clock at night.
It's crazy. But those are private. Those are webinars. I do a show on my page, G3 Trucks and Freight, on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. We go for 1 hour, and I'll pick a topic. I'll pick a subject, and we'll talk about that for 1 hour. At the end of the hour, we turn the music on and we go home. But, we're here to help you guys. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Eric, Omar's asking about the trailers.
I don't have any. I wish I had 500 of them.
And Eric's looking for owner operators, not trailer leasing.
Oh, okay, good.
It's for his monthly automotive contracts. Where you are going to Matt's. You said you would probably the show. He was asking where is it at? Oh, it's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky, at the convention center.
So what else we got going on? We had a topic tonight. My topic tonight we hit was like understanding cost, know your fucking numbers, stop being a whiner, stop letting fucking brokers boss you around. Are we echoing?
That was me.
Weirdo. What else you got to talk about, man? I don't have anything else. I just want people to go out there. If they need trouble, if people have trouble figuring up their costs and not understanding how to make their routing better, stop freight chasing, get in one of my classes or give me a call. Let me help.
If only you had bought all those trailers from auction 2 years ago before COVID, you'd make a killing. Shit, I'm buying 20 a month. I can't keep them. I'm buying every damn one I see. I'm buying trailers that are junk. I'm serious. They're storage trailers basically, but people come along. I had a guy come out to the shop 2 weeks ago, and I had 8 old storage trailers, and he comes up to me, he goes, "I'll give you $2,400 a piece for them." Fuck, they're not worth $800.
Hey Eric, please put your phone number in the comments. Everybody's wanting to know about your trailers.
There's Julianka. She has trouble getting on my show every Tuesday night.
I've seen that the other day. She tries to pop in.
Yeah, we have to stop and go we have to stop and go to Julianka's house and get her. You know what I'm saying? I have to send the car over there, pick her up, bring her over to the shop, and then she's good to go. Every Tuesday. I'll sell a trailer maybe if someone needs one. Yeah, everybody needs one. Put it on Marketplace and see if your phone stops ringing in the next 2 weeks.
Real. But here's a lot of trucks popping up lately, though. I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, keep telling everybody, or Terry Green. Go tell everybody to come on. We're always on here. Can one of you, hey, Kyle, my minion, can you tag G3 Trucks Freight? What do you think? What do you think about that, Frank? I don't know anything about them. Sorry. What do you think of Astro Tri-Van trailers out of Mexico? Mexico.
I don't know anything about them.
How is it any worse making them in Mexico and then the parts being made in Mexico and assembled here?
Jonathan, you're giving him my Facebook page. He's looking for my G3 page. That's what he's looking for. Shaggy can put it in the comments. G3 Trucks and Freight. Julianka says she is from Memphis. I know, we send the car down there every Tuesday night to pick you up.
Go Memphis. Memphis is still in the tournament.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they're still in.
Kentucky's not in there very well, though.
Kentucky's fucking out.
Tennessee's still in there, though.
Tennessee's still in.
I got them going all the way to the Final Four. They're my sleeper team. I love that team right now.
They won the SEC, but I'm not I don't know how far that gets you in the big show, just the SEC tournament.
Who?
Because Kentucky was seeded ahead of them,
But
and they got put out in the first round.
That's the greatest thing
by a 15 seed team.
That's never even been to the fucking tournament.
Never been there.
God, Kentucky's like, where the fuck was Kentucky at this year? I don't know. They were here. I want to see if Duke won. They started at 7. You got to see Duke win it all, man. Come on. It's the last year for Coach Duke.
Duke wins it like every other year, and they put up a thing. They put up a thing on their newspaper. And they go, "Okay, we won again. Sorry, guys, we won it again. Go cry."
Oh, Jesse's got the link up there for you. Bam! See, the minions are in the house working hard.
I don't have any trailers. If you're getting on my page looking for trailers, I got some trucks, but I don't have any trailers. I wish I did. I don't. I might go tomorrow and buy a couple of reefer trailers if anybody wants those. I mean, then Shaggy and I can spend like a fucking year teaching you how to run reefers. That's a whole nother animal there. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
the first thing we teach when we start teaching reefers is how to deal with claims. What do I do with claim? What's a claim? Oh, you're gonna know. You're gonna find out. Reefers.
Yeah. It's almost as fun as kite flyers.
Sitting at the shipper for 12 hours and the constantly for 18.
Go Duke! Yeah, I'm glad.
Duke.
Somebody told me earlier, Gordon said he's got a reefer trailer for sale. You guys are more. Yes, Angie. My Eric has. Omar says I'll take a reefer, but new.
The only kind of reefer trailer I'd want is a 48 spread axle. I don't want a 53. I don't want that thing. That's all shit anyway. Those 53 reefers are stupid.
They only load you to the line anyway, so you might as well jam it to the door.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, and if you've got the extra 5 feet, they keep trying to cram shit in it. Fuck all that.
That's
load it to 48, call it a day, close the door, and go. You know, anything over 42.5s.
I remember the first time I was driving back in 2006 or 7. We were coming out of California first time with a reefer, and this fucking cop looked just like you, matter of fact. Pulled up next to me, and Melissa was in the back. I'm like, why is this cop, his DOT guy, I'm going across this bridge, and I just passed it. Why is he rolling up by my wheels and like counting bolts back? And then he moved forward again. And I was like, dude, I don't remember what the hell bridge law was. You know, I just slap it in the 12 hole, the truck shaked, hit the first scale, 43.5, and go with it. I knew my trailers, you know what I mean? With the holes, you put them right there in that one, slides. If it's kicking, slide it again a little more, one spot, you're good, hit the scale. It's right around 43 something, man. And then, man, he pulled me over for that bridge law. I was so pissed. I watched him do it, too. It's just a waste of time on those reefers.
Yeah, 48 foot. What's the point? The point is 99.9999999% of the loads you haul are going to be over 42,000 pounds any fucking way. So you can't go past the 48 foot mark. And if you got an extra 5 foot, you always got this one lazy asshole on a forklift that wants to put it on the very back and put you overweight. Why even fuck with it? Take the 48. They're easier to pull. They're easier to maneuver. I drive big old redneck long hood trucks anyway. You know, so when I get in the truck stop and I pull in backwards, I do that too. Okay. I'm the guy that pulls in nose first that all the crybabies cry about. These motherfuckers pulling nose first because they suck. Well, the reason I do it is because I run my goddamn reefer all night and I don't want to hear you cry about that too. The other reason is so I can get out in the middle of the night and piss on your fucking front bumper. $5 extra foot for nothing. I took some time off and joined Hurricane. I enjoy the reefer. I've always, Omar, I gotta say, you know, honestly, I've always enjoyed reefer myself. I did it for like 35, 40 years, and then they started doing
air off work or in between while you're trucking.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to trucking again. Okay.
Yeah.
I can remember hurricanes, hurricane, that trucking company went out of business because they're fraud people, or was it the hurricane?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hurricane. That's that guy. That's that little skinny, long
was
hair.
it? Yeah, the dude in the videos that he's got all the fraud alerts and stuff because he's attached to all the crooked companies and he drives the chicken truck and collects like you're
Oh
talking.
yeah. Yeah. He thinks he's hot. Have you ever seen his wife? She's not. I mean, I'm not going to talk about
Well,
it.
I know, but I like how they got the videos and the whole shop's got my beards down to here. It's like they take the Hells Angels and put them in trucking. You got to come be one bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's different hurricane. Can't keep track of the hurricanes. There's a hurricane out in the middle of Omaha, Iowa, Nebraska, or something like that. Then there's a Hurricane Express. There's a hurricane this.
So what is a good loading board to use to get motherfucker?
Well, no, everybody's going to start out with like DAT. You'll
Start
never
DAT. Don't do anything else. Just get DAT.
No, what you do is you call Shaggy at 812-870-2039, and I'll show you how to use DAT to post with direction. And you can start building a local, dedicated, and a regional route within 300 to 500, 150 to 300, and 300 to 500 around your house. Stay local home on weekends and have people pulling your phone up off the hook before you ever start.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Joshua. You're in Chicago. You're in Chicago. If you use DAT for more than 3 weeks, quit. Get out of the business.
We're throwing you out.
We'll throw your ass out.
You're fucking gone.
If you're in Chicago and you need a load board after 2 or 3 weeks, you ain't gonna make it. Send your money to frankandshaggy.com and we'll buy a new Spider.
Yeah, we take donations too. We don't mind.
Straight up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a Zelle. Do you need our Venmo or Zelle or we put a ton.
Listen, be careful. Don't send it to just anybody's Venmo because we do not want you to get scammed.
We got stars going on now. We got stars. We got stars there. You want to wait till we go live on the Facebook page? You guys can feed us some stars if you want.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we'll actually go eat steak instead of Shoney's, man. My wife's been wanting Root Chris for a year.
Sonic. I'm tired of Sonic.
Fuck. You can only eat so many chili cheese Fritos fucking burritos. The only reason you eat those from the prisons, Dad. Got to talk about all those haters out there because we're a bunch of fucking weirdo shit talking, don't know what we're doing, fucking retards, fucking stoners.
You can buy my truck and trailer anytime you want to. That's what I do. I sell them and I go build another one. Pretty simple.
I feel bad about see, that's one thing, even though everybody thinks like we have people that think Frank has his own views and I definitely have my own views, but when it all comes down to it, it's all about you guys, which you have your own views. I care more about you guys than my own views, you know what I mean? And I care about my business and everything. So, I have an opinion. I'm like, with me, I want to make money, do what I do with my money and keep making money. And that's what I like. And I worry about me. Like, I don't have to worry about what Frank's doing and what 25 other people are doing. I have a board in the back of my office that tells me what I'm doing. And I keep track of all my 7 or 8 incomes that come in every month. I don't give a fuck what Frank's bills are. Frank, do you give a fuck what my bills are?
I don't have any idea what your bills are.
I know, but isn't that what it sounds like out there? Everybody's worried about what everybody else is fucking making and instead of what they should be making.
Yeah, I don't get
it. Does that ever affect you?
And there's a woman in the convoy up there in Washington. She was up there 3 years ago screaming about broker transparency. It's already a law on the books. She was up there today, standing in front of the White House, still screaming about it. Okay? She's not stupid. She's a fucking brain donor. I mean, you get like one shot in front of those people in D.C. before they haul your ass off to jail. You get like one shot. She uses hers to cry about she's afraid the brokers are making too much money. As if we could force her to haul a load.
What I don't get is why all the owner-operators are striking. Well, we're not getting into it because we don't get into that stuff, but I was getting ready to get into my personal view of why certain people are doing it, but they don't have this, invested into this yet, but they're doing it.
How much do you charge for training, or is it in your website? It's on his website. It's different levels for the different classes he teaches. They're fucking great. Some of the stuff we've been talking about tonight, we just barely, dip a wick in some of the stuff. he gets into for like 2 days straight, and it's really good. And if I didn't think so, I would tell you that.
And you come in and help. You don't do it all the time, but anytime
Yeah.
you get free time, he pops up and raises hell, and everybody gets like, "Oh, it's that Frank guy. He's so cool."
So
and then my whole fucking class gets all fucked up.
Company drivers wanting $3,000 a week, home on weekends, 2,500 miles a week. Yeah, because they're worth it, right? Those guys are worth $3,000 a week, right?
My favorite thing is what we really need to do is me and you need to go on your we need to have a show at your office. I'll ride my Can-Am down there, and we'll have a show at your office, right? And we'll go road tripping or something. We'll do a show at your office. We'll lock up. I'll post off Corey's board, you post off yours, and we'll put some really fucking hot load lanes out there that are fake. And just record all the calls and fuck with everybody like a fucking Tom. What is that? Bob and Tom show?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we can do that.
Harvey shit where they call in and you're like when they're calling a double broker, you just fucking record that shit. You know how much fun that would be?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just say
we can jam the low boards like.
You know
what do you mean? What do you mean $12 a mile? Look, we know it's the 3rd of July and everybody wants to be home, so we got to pay what we got to pay. Do you want the load or not? Wait a minute.
What?
I got to put you on the phone's ringing. Hold on. I get right back.
Frank, you get off the phone. The phone's blowing off the hook, Frank.
Phone's blowing up. I'm going to have to put you on hold. I'll be right back. Don't listen. Don't go in. What'd you say your name was? Willie. Okay. Okay, please hold.
How much? Yeah, Frank, you there? Yeah, how much can you do now? Still the same rate. Can't come up and down at all.
Can't come up.
Hold on, phone's ringing again. I don't think you got the hint.
I'm gonna do my best world famous Frank Jr. imitation. Ready? Guy calls him on the phone. He goes, "I see you got a load from Nashville, Tennessee to Chicago." And Frank says, "Yes, I do. It's one pick, one drop. Weighs 26,000 pounds. First come, first serve on both ends. You can pick it up today. You can even deliver it tonight if you want to. They're open till midnight. You can deliver it. It's 362 miles. I got $1,000 on it." And the guy, this is Frank. He goes, "You can do 2,000. No, sir. I've got $1,000 on it. That's $4 a mile. You can do 2,000.
I know.
You can do 2,000.
No, I can't. Sorry.
Reason my business partner and I, Kyle Business, is successful because of the boot camps. Don't do classes individually unless you can't do the full boot camp.
Isn't it amazing how a guy can say that he's a fucking quadriplegic and he types better than I do?
Yeah.
With a fucking stick. You know, you've seen him like this. Typing. He types better than I do. He even put periods in there.
I'm not going to try to take anything from Jesse because I know he's a great guy and all that shit. But Shaggy, typing you better than you do ain't like, and that ain't bragging exactly.
But with a stick.
He types with a stick. So that's even better. What time is it? How long have we been on here? Oh,
hour and a half. There's like 40 people like us for some reason.
There's more than that now. Jesus.
There's been like 70. I think it's crazy.
Come from? What are you doing here?
It's the page. That's why I tell everybody. We have the groups, and then the page is kind of a joint platform where we can reach more people, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, we were up to 500,000.
Yeah.
We
used to do this a couple years ago. Shaggy and I used to get on every Wednesday night. And we did it for, I don't know, 6 or 7
3 years straight.
3 years, yeah. And we kept doing it. And there were nights that we would get out and we'd reach 18,000 people.
40.
Yeah. Well, that happened a couple times.
No, by the time the videos wrapped around within the 20 days, it would be up to 40,000. I mean, we were at 4.7 million people. Yeah. Almost 500,000 to 600,000 engagements.
Yeah.
Yep. And we were monetized like way a long time ago, like over the first year. But I never get any of the money because I don't ever sign up for it. But we got the stars and they run ads on your videos and all that stuff. I just don't do it.
I got a call, and bless their hearts, it was a friend of mine had them calling. I got a call from Trucker Tools, and they wanted to sponsor me. They wanted me to be one of their spokesmen, wear their T-shirt, and the hat and all that stuff. And the lady said, there's only one thing, Frank. We've looked at a couple of shows, and we really, really enjoy your work and really enjoy your show. But if you're going to be with us, you're going to have to stop cursing so much. And I said, fuck you. I said, I'm the wrong guy. I'm not the guy you want. Fuck you guys. Stop cursing. Kiss my ass.
You're so immature.
So I can wear their little hat. So they pay me $100 a month. I spent more than that on lunch today.
We could be like some of the other guys that get 5.
Ooh. Except that neither one of us have breasts.
I do right here. I just don't have my bra on right now. It is a 6-pack count because you got 6 levies, or does it have to actually be muscles that are packed in like 6 of them? Because I can grab my belly 6 packs. No? That don't work?
The fuck?
Did you hear what I said?
No, what'd you say?
I
was sitting there responding to a message. And you remember an hour ago when I said I was talking to my wife the other night and I mentioned my work boots? I was sitting there responding to a message and 2 work boot ads popped up. And yeah, we don't need a chip, brothers and sisters, because we're already tracking your little ass.
David Ballers is like fucking yuck, man. I said, no, I was laughing. I said, you said something about boobs. I said, I got boobs, but I ain't wearing a bra like that. And then I said, I got a 6-pack, but does that count? Because I can grab 6 pinches. Pecs, you know what I mean? My belly.
Oh, yeah.
I know I picked up weight over the years, man. I'm working out. I'm still getting there. Tomorrow I'm going to go sparring. Melissa's going to show videos of me putting my gear back on. I'm totally getting my ass whooped. Just so you know ahead of time, I'm all talk. I'm going to get beat up. I may not, but I might. What's up, Dwight? Long time. It's nice whenever you're drivers for like 10 years ago, 12 years. Well, what is it, 11? Shit, dude, Frank, that's like 13 freaking years ago. Drivers from 13 years ago show up in your chat. Isn't that right?
I don't like it so much because usually they owe me money.
Well, he don't owe me money, but
hey, Dwight, you got that $8 you've been owing Shaggy all these years you've been hiding from him? You got the money? Have you got it with you at the moment? All right? Because you're going to need the money. All right? You want to log in here and talk shit after. Yeah, I look at you. You're getting fat. Yeah, where's my $8, bitch?
He's probably like one of the only drivers that ever actually got to come to my house. So next Friday, you'll be supporting a black guy. I could be supporting a black guy. That could be true. Yes. You see what Dwight said? He did not owe me no $8.
Fuck you.
He did say fuck you. That's right. No, Dwight's my buddy.
Shaggy might be sporting a black eye next Friday if we go to Matt's from a dwarf Marine that's got a hard on for him. He might have to jump up there.
Is he a Marine?
He used to be.
The problem was all you have to do is cuss him out and he'd out his feelings and start crying and get all mad.
Well, and I found out another thing too. He's only like 4'11" or something.
Oh no. Dude,
if he starts bitching at you, if you walk up to him and just as hard as you can, just slap him right on top of the head, he'll shut right up. I've seen that. It just works every time.
I got
that little motherfucker in the head.
I got pictures of him.
I can't believe you did that. Believe it.
Dude, I got pictures of him at Matt's. And then I got Shane Ferris there too because they were all there.
Oh, yeah, I like Shane. He's my boy.
Yeah, I like Shane. I just don't like the other guy.
Andre says, as an independent freight agent, can I go after government customers if my company is set up to do so? I was told that I couldn't. Is that true? You can absolutely go after government customers if your company that you're with is qualified to do that. You can
your agency.
Yeah.
Jonathan, stop talking about Chad fucking Ding Dong One Truck Superhero No Mile running Bollet. Sorry. We don't talk about him in here.
Andre, I don't know who told you that, but it's not true. You can absolutely go after government freight. Yes, sir. Piece of cake.
Jonathan's luckily I really like him, and I know he's just fucking with us half the time because he's a really cool dude. But
Chat, hey, you know what? We talk about guys that are pathetic because they're on here on like a Friday night. Okay. Look at Jonathan. Look at that head. This is a guy that hasn't been laid since 1978. Okay. He's on Friday night. He's on Friday night talking to two guys on the internet talking about trucking shit.
That is kind of a good thing to do, though, because we're kind of popular. You know what I mean?
Well, you know.
I drive down there.
Hey, he could be tuned into somebody with a faulty Venmo account.
It could be driving across the United States. He probably was. He asked if we're going to the trucking show. I think he's the one that was fucking with us on the convoy because he knew we don't pay attention to the fucking convoy. I'm all for about freedom and supporting rights, but I actually like to actually do something where we're actually going to get something done that's not going to cost me money.
You can't have a fucking protest movement when you got like 40 people and they're all going in different directions. They're all mad about the same shit.
And it's like 19 different guys got channels going, follow me.
Follow me.
What's up, Deborah?
We're gonna go down there. We're gonna go down there and drag them out the street and kick shit. And on the other channel, the guys going, yeah, we're gonna go down there and burn some sage and
hey, Shanice, don't be giving them all kinds of credit and shit. Don't be getting fucking Jesse's, you and Frank and everybody getting Kyle and Jesse's hopes up there. Hey, they're not all so helpful. I had to work hard to train those guys like that. What Russell Jackson says, what? It says Heavy Boys Trucking appreciates the humor for the rest of us bored truckers at home on Friday. You know, we appreciate that because you got to have a little bit of sense of humor, but at the same time, you got to beat the stupidness out. What do you call that? Slap the fucking stupid out of trucking?
Stupid out of it.
Slap the fucking stupid out of trucking. This is some stupid shit, man. And I don't even feel like coming on and getting started about the dumb broker trainings and dumb dispatch trainings and fucking retards that use dispatching services. But, see, I did good. I didn't even bring it up that much. I stayed on track. Tonight was rates. I talked my piece about understanding costs.
And that was good. I enjoyed that part personally.
It was good because no one does it. And I have carriers after carriers been in business longer than half the crybabies that are crying. And every one of us all through COVID has been adjusting and reducing so they can maintain it. All right, cool, Andre. We got class starting Monday and then another class starting April 4th and another one April 18th. Oh, yeah, we figured that, Heavy Boys Trucking. We did. We figured Russell Jackson was you. Yes, Shanice, class is Monday. You got anything else?
I don't. Hey, if you guys need a truck, call me up. I got some trucks available. If you want to hang out with me on Tuesday night this week, we got the girls coming in there, Jessica and Jennifer. They're going to be running the show. I have no idea what they're going to talk about, but it's going to be great. It's going to be good. They're always good, no matter what. You know, it starts at 7 o'clock Central Time on G3 Trucks and Freight. Friday nights, me and Shaggy are on here like we are tonight. We'll talk about pretty much whatever you guys. We'll talk about current events. You know,
we usually pick the topic like Wednesday after we're pissed off on repeating the fucking stupidest fucking answers all week, don't we?
You know, and just like tonight, you know, if you guys ask a question, we're happy to answer the questions. You know, and if you ask a stupid question, let me tell you something. You know, a lot of people get on and they'll tell you, you know, straight up, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay. Well, see, in our case, that's fucking bullshit. Because you ask a stupid question here, we're gonna fuck you up. I mean, we are. We're just gonna rip your clothes off.
Not like a stupid question where
right in front of
we actually are. Like if it's a stupid question, like the reason why we're gonna rip you apart, because Frank will tell you, is because we don't want you to get fucked over, ripped off, and lose a lot of fucking money, right?
Yeah. That's the whole thing, guys. It's all about common sense. It's all about learning your business. Hey, guys, would you open up a pizza joint when you don't know how to cook a pizza? I mean, would you do that? Would you really do that? No, you wouldn't. And people think, I don't know why they think, I'm going to go be a broker and make $1 million and sit home in my underwear on the couch and eat Doritos and make $1 million. No, you're not. Ask anybody that's been in the business for more than 1 week. If your idea is to sit home and get rich quick, your ass, go back to selling cosmetics or doing hair or, selling fucking diet pills or whatever the fuck.
Shanice says ripoff.com.
Yeah. Yeah.
They told me they'll be.
I appreciate you having us in your house on a Friday night. You're pathetic. I mean, there's no two ways about that. There's no getting around that, okay?
I mean, a bald guy to fucking Gallagher got lost reject over there on the right hand side. I mean,
and yeah, here we are, busy. I'm gonna look around. Hold on, excuse me. There's like still 50-something people talking, listening there. Nashville, a long way from sound. Shit, I don't have time for this shit. People.
I mean, I really wanted people to come on. It's amazing. We came on tonight to talk. We had all these people, 50, 70 people on. And we were supposed to talk about fuel surcharge and surviving the storm. And not one person asked about it. But all fucking week for the last 3 weeks, they've been asking,
Let me tell you the big thing about fuel surcharge, okay? This is where the government fucked up when they set it up in 1974. You want to know? Think about this. Stay with me for a minute. This is the serious part of our show. That other hour and a half, that was just bullshit. This is the real stuff right here. The government and all their wisdom and their great, great knowledge and wisdom in 1974, they set up, because fuel was going crazy at that time, and they set up the fuel surcharge to guarantee that commercial carriers could charge more if the fuel cost went over $1.20. But guess what they did? Guess what they did? They based their fuel surcharge, the cost of their fuel surcharge, on gallons, on a gallon of fuel. But we in the trucking business, whether you're a broker, a dickhead, useless ass fucking dispatcher, or a trucking company, we have to base our fuel surcharge on miles. Think about that for a minute. So here's what happened. You see these old rednecks with their big old Peterbilts and their 48-foot spread axle reefers, and they're running out to California and they're pulling produce out of there for 12 grand. And they're running up to Boston for 15 grand on a Thursday, and they're doing shit like that, and they're laughing all the way to the bank, and fuel keeps going up, and they don't give a fuck. You want to know why? Because when the government bases their fuel surcharge on a cost per gallon, and we base ours on cost per mile, at a certain point, do the math. At a certain point, it flips over, and we start making a profit on the fuel surcharge. Are you with me now? Are you with me? We start making a profit on the fuel surcharge because they got it based on a gallon. We got on a rate per mile. If you've got a truck that gets 7.5, 8 miles to the gallon, you're going to get in the profit zone a lot quicker than I am, because my Peterbilt only gets about 5.5 or 6. But guess what? In about 400 miles, I'm going to catch up with you, and I'm going to get in the profit zone too. Are you with me now? You understand why the guys that have been in this business for 30 years don't give a fuck about the fuel?
They don't fucking pay attention at all, because they don't even the word fuel surcharge isn't even in the bids on half these people. Like, it's not even there. It's called adjustment of the rate as it increases, acknowledgement of the fuel surcharge that it's going to cost, but it's the rate, because most carriers know they have a number and that's what they want, and they increase it as they grow, or they do add more trucks. Go ahead, Frank.
That's it. The government bases the fuel surcharge table. Look up PAD. Google this. PADD. Paul, Apple, Doug. That'll give you the government's average suggested fuel surcharge for 3 different regions of the United States. And they update it every Monday night. So Tuesday morning, when you get up, turn on your computer and Google PADD, and that'll tell you what the government thinks you should be charging for your fuel surcharge. The highest one is, because it's on both coasts where fuel is the highest one is PADD1. I take PADD1 every Tuesday morning and add 10% and send that out to my customers. That's what I do. That's how fucking simple it is. But when I'm running my truck up and down the road, I can catch that motherfucker in about 1,700 miles, flip it over, and I start making an extra 12, 14, 18 cents a mile on my fuel surcharge when it gets to that point. The old timers try to tell the newbies this, but they don't listen. Robin, ain't that the damn truth? That's all I
Andre says.
appreciate you turning in. And if all you did for an hour and a half was sit here and listen to me and Shaggy fuck around, and when you got that little tidbit of information, you done good.
Andre says the companies that post their loads for carriers and brokers to bid on. Would you think it's worth trying to get a shipper list? Keep in mind that they look for the low bids.
They always do. They always have. So at 4.5 miles a gallon, I'm going to take a minute to profit. You are, but you're going to profit. Yeah, you're going. That's the point. You're going to profit. So here's what
you got to add that extra
maybe
fuel.
you call your customer or your broker, and maybe you add an extra 3 cents. And then guess what? Now you're even with the dickhead riding around in Cascadia getting 8 miles to the gallon. You're dead even. And when you hit 900 miles for the week, you flip over to profit on your fuel surcharge. That's why the old outlaws and gypsies and those guys that are still out there running around, that's why they love that shit. And they'll tell you real quick. They won't tell you at the dinner table because they don't want everybody to know their secrets. But they'll tell you real quick, I don't give a fuck if it goes to $8 a gallon. Bring it. Bring it. The more I made a killing last time, it was $5 a gallon.
That's because the guy walked right into the guy like he did a year before that. The year before that said, Frank, you see fuel? My truck's not moving unless it's making it 20 more cents this week, right? Or 30 or whatever.
Well,
he didn't have to go in there and say it's going to make 8.
But you turn on Facebook and you go to some of these big pages that got like 30,000 or 40,000 people in there. Something like rate per mile people and shit
wait, no. Hold on. If you're going to bring that up, you got to do this first. Go to a group with 31,250 people and say, the spot market looks like shit. The 15A average hasn't been met a year, but me and my one truck at 43,000 miles a year, we take this out every 7 days. We write down what it's supposed to pay. And if it doesn't have these numbers right here, we tell the brokers DAT said so.
Yeah, exactly. Russell, you can bid on a gross rate if you want to, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who you are, how smart you are, or how you do your arithmetic. You're still going to come up with a rate per mile and a fuel surcharge, aren't you?
Yep.
Whether you put it together or not, or how you put it together, really doesn't make a fuck, does it? I mean, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, does it? I make brokers break it down for me. I'll tell you why. Taxes. Gee, who the fuck are that?
But that's the greatest thing about me and you, because I'm the other guy that doesn't break it down unless the customer asks, right? The customer don't ask me. He says, what do you need to move it for? $335 a mile, $395 a mile, $350 a mile.
Sure.
But if he asks me, but if the customer said, if our bid, just like Corey said, even if it's a handshake, same as Frank, and the customer, we have a handshake and the customer says, we say we're going to do this per mile plus fuel surcharge, then every time it goes, we bring it to his attention because sometimes they forget, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The other thing is, if you try to get them to break it down and they break it down for you and they go, okay, there's your fuel surcharge. And you go, wait a minute, you're only paying me 9-cent fuel surcharge? What the fuck are you thinking? And you can get that little 24-year-old motherfucker to babble and talk shit. He'd be speaking in tongues. He will like invoke the power of Satan himself trying to talk his way out of that motherfucker. And he can't do it because he just put his foot in his own ass. And
like
you who gives a shit about that 15-day average? Nobody I know.
Nobody does this. I've been doing this for 16, 17 years. And Frank's dad, Mondo, started trucking back when they used to sticky notes.
My last name is Trucks. My last name is Trucks. I mean, do the math, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Russell. But like I said, either way, you got to come up with both numbers or you're missing the boat. I mean, you have to. That's the way it is.
Either way.
But anyway, I'm going to bounce because I'm not, unlike you pathetic people sitting on the couch and your big fat ass.
I know we went back up too. They were dying down. They started talking smack again. We started going up in all the groups.
It always, every time I start talking shit, it goes crazy.
Yeah, they like it when we tell them how stupid they are.
I know. This is
bad. Like, how do you get to come off like he said, the two hosts, man? What's his name? Thanks for the two hosts coming on. Shit, we get paid for this shit.
Yeah,
we love coming on.
Fuck, it is back up. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna bounce anyway.
For zone one, like you talking about region one or my map or zone one? Zone one's on the low board, and I don't use zones. But if you're talking about region one, fuck yeah, all those regions. Like if you're going from Arkansas to the Northeast anywhere in region one right now, where you're in jeopardy, especially where the market is, you definitely would want to increase, wouldn't you? Adjust for these things.
Yeah.
Shanice kissing your butt. She said it's a good night. Frank. There was no Shaggy on there. What happened? It used to be Shaggy all the time. Now it's Frank. Are you trying to steal the spotlight, Frank?
Me? Let me
It's
tell you what.
hair.
I'm right at this very moment in time. Good night, Shanice. At this very moment in time, I'm exactly as famous as I ever want to be.
Yeah, it's the hair. Don't cut the hair, Frank.
No. Stand up.
All right, guys. Frank's out. I'm out. I'm tired. It's been an hour and 45 minutes of harassing you guys.
That's enough, y'all mother. Hey, good night. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't haul cheap freight, people. God damn it, don't. If you're going to get out there after all this talking, okay, after all this shit we've been talking about.
Ryan says you're referring to a website for fuel surcharge.
PADD. If you're going to get out there and play around on the spot market and low board, know what you're doing. And by all means, please don't take cheap fucking freight. If you do, you're the enemy. You're the bad guy. All right.
Well, what is cheap freight? We're going to do that show again next week or what?
Yeah, we can. I hate that.
Kind of goes back into the fuel surcharge thing. So what is cheap freight? Well, what is cheap freight when your rate is your rate and you get your rate?
Anything that doesn't cover your rate and 20% profit.
That's what I'm talking about. So then what is a cheap freight rate? Then there's no such thing because everybody hauls where they want.
Don't let the brokers talk into hauling freight for $1.50 in a lane that typically pays $4. Just
whether it's the lane or not, they'll let them talk. You call any cheaper than your fucking rate.
That's correct. All right, listen. I'm glad we got together. I'm glad we got to see each other. I love you guys. I mean it. Have a nice weekend. See you.
Sally jumps off when we're getting an argument going. See what this next week's going to cause. We're going to be fighting over the rates. Whether you always do it with the fuel surcharge or you tile everything together and divide it by the miles of your product that you're running that you consistently do, because that's what it's about. It's consistency. Because if you don't make it for a certain amount of weeks, no one can make it up and down. Regardless, either way, you have to know your cost, all your operations. How much are you spending a month for the business? 14,000? Well, don't you want to make 36? Don't you want to make double or more of what your whole operational cost will make on a monthly basis? It's like a broker. You'll find out later on, like David Bollies will tell you, if you find out later on, and a broker always looks for the plus at the end of the month and the more margins they can make on the plus. And do they take losses? Real ones, they take them every day. Like every day. It's like win, loss, win, loss. And in trucking, it doesn't have to be that way. You have so many different things you can do to diversify your business by adding owner operators, doing lease purchase, eliminate equipment that you thought you had to have, and giving other people the opportunity to be able to do things. So what kind of plan do you have? And it all starts with dispatching. Dispatching is next week. If you think just getting a load board and booking some loads after you go active and playing around like that that's not like Coyote, CH Robinson, Outland, there's so much more, so much better freight, so much more money, such more consistency, so much more of a product that you can sell where you're duplicating people's household livelihood so they can actually have money and know they're going to do it for 52 weeks out of the year instead of one up, one down. When it's good, it's great. When it's not, it's bad. That's not the kind of business you want to run. Guys, check out our boot camps. Check out G3 Trucks and Freight. If you guys want equipment, we both do finance. We help with insurance. We help with getting your authority set up. We have mentoring. We're always available, guys. We love to seeing all the interaction on YouTube and Facebook. Keep sharing our groups, sharing everything. And guys, be safe. Always remember to research and network. Never stop. Always take time between 12 and noon and find more customers and more stuff by using ecarriercheck.com. There's nothing like it out there. And guys, make sure you're home and enjoying your family, because now in this world today, you could be gone tomorrow at a snap of a finger, heart attack, physical, the food you eat, the diet that you have, not exercising, and just stress alone is a huge liability. especially in this industry. Take care of yourself. Be good. And we'll see you guys in class. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.